So hi everyone, here to do the Rumi message. Yeah, so I'm very chilled. I've just ordered myself a wee coffee and a chocolate brownie, which of course I've already eaten. Yeah, I'm on the second Born film. I gave in. I thought, do you know what? That's why sometimes, like, I'm not being funny, like, hopefully people get my dark sense of humour, but that's why it sometimes feels like P.S. I love you. If you've ever seen that film. Oh my god, her husband's died and he's wrote her loads of fucking letters to like fucking live her life and shit like that. The first time I watched it, I thought this film's a load of shit. And I love a romantic movie, let me tell you. So I don't know why I felt like that the first time I watched it. I think it's because his accent is shocking. Is this even filming? I'm going to trust it's filming. It's got the wee square, which would mean stop, but it really doesn't look like it's filming. But anyway, that probably means something, because I've never noticed that before. Yeah, it means, I think it's symbolic of, is this really happening? Is things really moving forward? Because it feels like nothing's happening. Something like that. So, you know, that could go for either or twins in a connection, really. Both, I would say. Let's hope I don't sit and talk to myself for 10 minutes and then realise it's not recording anyway. I'm going to trust. So, yeah, but yeah, that's what P.S. I Love You, the film's about. And then anyway, long story short, I watched it again. I can't remember, like maybe last year, the year before or something. And I quite liked it. So I think it was just the bad accents that annoyed me. But anyway, sometimes these things, like when I said I went to see Florence and the Machine live, because he'd said, like, he'd been really enthusiastic about it one morning and he was like, oh, Claire, you have to see them live, like, and I was just kind of like so confused as to why he would care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that sounds really bad, but do you know what I mean? I was like, why would it make any difference to your life or not? Whether you know what I mean? Whether I do something that you think's really, that you thought was really good. And that's terrible, isn't it? Because it just shows you how low I thought of myself. And, you know, just basically that there was just no way that I thought that he liked me as deeply, you know what I mean? And then obviously hindsight's a wonderful thing. But again, no regrets. That sounded like it was going down a bit of a woe is me sad route there. I really do see it as everything happened the way it was meant to happen, particularly because me and my twin, we met very young, so we both needed to grow, mature and all that jazz, and I needed to become the shamanic guide, Ascension, teachery, whatever names I like to use that day, way sure that I am. Right, so basically the point is, if I hadn't went through all the pain and all the glory, all the amazing bits of the twin flame journey and all the not so amazing bits, which I'm still on, then I wouldn't be able to come here and share my learning and teaching with yourselves. You get what I mean? But yeah, so that's why I'm saying it feels like P.S. I Love You, because I'm not putting my life on hold anymore. Like, I want to see these films, so I'm watching them. I watched the first one last night, and actually I think I had seen that. Like, I think because my dad loves these films as well. But yeah, I'm on the second one, so you never know. My twin might appear in my life before I get through them all, but I'll just be as I am. But the thing that was quite interesting was when I read the description bit for it, I thought, fucking hell, I think we're more alike than what, you know, I know that now, but, you know, we are very alike, because without knowing it, because the description was like, you know, a CIA agent has to, basically he's on the run because people are trying to kill him, and he's trying to find out who he really is. I mean, okay, apart from the people trying to kill you, but I mean, yeah, people don't want twin flames to get together because they're more powerful together. Yeah, and both twins do need to find out who they really are. So it's quite, you might be thinking, what the hell, Claire? But, you know, I think people are going to hear what I'm saying here. It is quite interesting, because it's a little bit like how when I watched the Adjustment Bureau, also with Matt Damon actually, like it resonated with me so strongly about the twin flame journey, because that was right when I was in the bit that a lot of divine masculines watching this will be in, if you're very new to the journey, or if you're just awakened to the bit of the deep love and the not being able to get them off your mind. When I was in that bit, when I was on a plane back from New York, I watched the Adjustment Bureau, and I actually got so into it, forgot where I was, I clapped on the plane. My sister was like, what the hell? But, and I'm not that kind of person, guys. I love films, but I'm not going to clap on a fucking plane, right? But it was because it was just like, because they actually managed to fucking push all the dark forces away that were stopping them from getting together. I must have been feeling into a future timeline or something. But yeah, it's quite funny because one of my favourite films is Back to the Future, you know, when I was wee, and all things like, yeah, and I mean, that is what I help people do. You know, I go back to the past and help them rewire their programming, and well, help people jump timelines and stuff. Very, very, there's a lot in it. There's a lot in our favourite films. Again, I'm so kind of sleepy and in a chill mode that I'm sure there'll be loads of other synchronicities with all my favourite films, but let's get on with this, just in case this isn't filming. Right, so let's film the card. Let's pull the card today. So I've shuffled them. So the moral of that story, if I really need to point it out, is your twin flame, whoever they are, your true one, not the ones that some of you get confused and you think a karmic's a twin flame. Sorry to trigger, but it's true. Your true twin flame wouldn't want you to wait and put your life on hold. That doesn't mean you run off with someone else. It means do things that you're guided to do that will bring you joy. And like I say, like I ended up seeing a concert because he'd said, oh, if you ever, it was specifically his wording was, if you ever get the chance to see them live, do it. And I done it, and like I say, and yeah, and then like I say, this is literally the only films that I can remember him saying, oh, they're amazing, like how have you not seen them, and you know, you need to watch them and that. So it's just, and oh yeah, so that's more importantly, I'm not shitting you, all 4 of them were on the movie channel, like back to back last night. I was like, so that's why I'm saying it's like, it's an analogy, it's symbolic of how can I not watch them when they're screaming me in the face and it's a Saturday night and I'm looking for something to watch on the movie channel. Do you know what I mean? It's like they were all there. If I just don't watch the film because I'm like, oh, I'll wait till he's here, it's an analogy for, it's those that, yeah, I get it. It's what I have to do with my clients all the time. It's about not, but yeah, it's just basically, I'm saying the same thing, but that means that it's just, you have to, it's repetitive, you know, with the hypnotherapy, you know, I'm used to repeating things. It's so that you really get it. It's like, I always say this in my sessions, I'm always doing the same thing, but people need the same thing to be put back into realignment, to focus on your life and what makes you happy. And there's something kind of nice about that, you know, like watching the film and being like, oh, at least I can say when I see them now that I've saw them, you know what I mean? And then we just watch them again. Right. Oh, for fuck's sake, that's the same one. Right, guys, I'm not reading that again. But I mean, it does mean something. Let me just, I can't bloody... Is that not the one? And I just opened the book as well. Is that not the one I pulled yesterday? Love, like life, flows through the heart. Feel the thrill of the flow and say nothing. To fulfill your divine destiny. I can't even remember what I said. Is this the... Oh my god, it is, isn't it? This is the one about following the excitement. So it's just a repeating message. I'll pull another one, but that's really strong that it's the same bloody card. Be ready for the journey within now. We're in Sagittarius moon right now, my moon sign, which is about a journey, literal or spiritual, or both. You're strong enough to leave behind the need for external validation whilst you learn to validate yourself. In time soon enough, In fact, you shall receive your innermost beauty and be witnessed and received, acknowledged for your innate value, purpose and divinity. I can even see the connection with that in the fact that I'm watching this film because my twin flame recommended it. You know, like I'm basically valuing his opinion, because I could have thought, fuck, that's a guy's film. But I was like, oh, I want to watch it if he thinks it's good. If you've recently discovered a new talent or purpose, right, oh no, you're excited, follow that excitement. I'm going to put that as the title. Let it lead you into your own heart truth and onto an ever more passionate path of personal living. Right, okay, yeah, crazy that I pulled the same one. Let's go over this side. What have we got? Give us another one. Give us a new one. Lionsgate tomorrow. Oh, now it's not a new one because I have pulled it before. Now there could be something about the 28th of August being significant, and because these are sacred union, twin flame union readings, perhaps entering the garden of delights, whatever that means to you, visiting somewhere or something, or meeting up to talk on the 28th of August, or perhaps people would have been long talking by then, or it could even be people that are you're already together but just getting closer. Because like I say, I do help a few people that are with their twin or married, and it's about just helping them connect deeper with themselves. Therefore it improves the relationship and the passion, and I'll try and find some old reviews of that, or my client was going to write me something. Right, so every time I go to open the book, I open it up at Sacred Union in case I use that for the thumbnail. Every time I try to like do that to like be clever, it's like it doesn't work. Anyway, see what I mean? It's like it's got to be natural. 28. You who show the way. 33 is like a very masculine number to me. Jesus. 22. 28. 2 and 8 is 10. 10 is the end and the beginning, because it's 10 is in the liminal space, the in between. And this is very much where I feel the very masculine energies are at, or the twin that was later to awaken to the depth of the connection. That's how we'll put it. It went away. I can't remember what I was going to say. Fucking never mind watching the film. I might just go to sleep again. No, to be honest with you, actually, I journeyed for hours when I woke up this morning. Like, I'd done a shamanic journey, and I'm not replying to my comments on that right now, because I'm really in the energy of the Lionsgate portal build up to tomorrow. Yeah, so if anyone wants to do the Lionsgate Zoom tomorrow, I'll put the link in the comments. But yeah, basically, I'm just kind of like being guided to just, lay low and be quiet and just do a lot of quiet healing. But anyway, what I did notice was, because I'd happened to go to my emails and I clicked on it right as I had just finished doing a journey, to talk to my twin flame's higher self. Right when I finished that, Charlotte, you'd commented like 6 minutes, basically like right as I was finishing it and saying what you'd said about your inner child. So I thought it felt quite synchronistic. Yeah, it did feel quite interesting. So yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that. But yeah, so other people might be guided to doing things like that as well. Just, it is important that you do take that quiet time to connect to your, because I looked at the word connect, to connect to your twin in the astral, in the dream time, and yeah, and just talk to them. You know what I mean? And listen. Right, okay. It helps for when you actually do see each other physically. Of course, there is always the thing that people might be like, am I imagining that? Was that just a dream? So, you know, it's good. I suppose it's good when people like me actually say, like, you know, that is what divine feminines are guided to do. So, and divine masculine women that I work with, because I teach them to do that. But just in case there's any women in divine masculinity or guys out there that are watching this that are like, I had a really weird dream about my twin flame, I wonder if they were reaching out to me. It's like, well, yeah, we do that. Are you aware that sweetness is found everywhere in town? Are you aware that winter is gone and spring has come around? That already feels like it's time to leave the darkness behind and come out into the light. Are you aware that sweet basil and the carnation are whispering in the garden and laughing about how simply everything is found? Are you aware the nightingale has come back from its flight, singing out messages of love to spread delight with every sound? That's interesting, because I've got a little oracle card, like, you know, the wee tiny cards that I've got, and it's got simplicity on it. I think it was when I went to a counselling thing, when I was in Mad Art Night of Soul, actually, and it was a stand-in, not a counsellor, the supervisor, and she gave me that little card. Like, she got me to pick one, and I was like, keep it, and it was simplicity. So I've got it stuck on my mirror. It just always reminds me to keep things simple. Just like I've done with a challenge. If you need to do a challenge to release yourselves from doubt, worry, fear, procrastination, spell work is a big one, then, because that's done on all twin flames in some kind of way, whether it's affecting your finances, your self-worth, your happiness, your energy levels. Go and dedicate 5 days to that challenge and then let us know how you get on. Everything in the garden is granted the right from the divine court to appear for our delight. Everything is here to make the earth green alive as a haven for our life. What remains buried in the soil will always endeavour to reach out. No one truly alive can ever be pawned to a prison or a tomb. There's a sweet spot when entering the Garden of Delights, a moment where the senses have gorged themselves upon beauty and become heavy with their fullness, slowing the mind so that it can perceive the divine beloved dancing behind the veils of nature. But first comes essential feasting. Blooming orchids arrest the gaze with their startling and strange beauty. Nectar from the ripest fruits of the garden drips luscious and sweet upon a savouring tongue. Hungry for gossip, the ears shamelessly eavesdrop upon the birds in melodic conversation. They sing a greatest and most passionate love and boundless living joy. The ears open wide to take it all in. The craving for touch is sated by rough textured bark falling from the ancient trees, soft dewy grasses cool in the shade, the crunching leaves making their sounds under the hot sun and dancing feet. The caress of the sunlight upon bare shoulders, with weight of its own like a silken wrap placed just so by a caring lover's hand. The breeze, the very breath of the beloved Earth Mother, is the sweet scent of lavender and jasmine warmed by the Sun Father. Oh, drink it in until your arms raise themselves to heaven, your head tilts, eyes rolling back in your head, and your sacred animal body is mindless and in love. The Garden of Delights, narcotic in effect, lulling the senses from tension into sacred languor, that love may be experienced. Let us rest here in the midst of so much life, where the goodness of life is felt and the heart is free from any prison of pain or doubt. Come be in the garden with me now. Let us be free or feast to our heart's content. I'm just actually noticing the synchronicity. I mean, you know what I mean? Because I do stuff like that all the time, but I was guided to say, oh, I'd done a shamanic journey and, you know, I was only going to do it for 20 minutes or something, and I literally was in a deep shamanic journey, I'd say for hours, because I woke up at like 10 or 11. And then when I'd finished kind of going on the shamanic journey, you know, which is, if you don't know what a shamanic journey is, just go and do my playlist, and then again, let me know how you find it, because people always report like loved ones in spirit talking to them, people that haven't been able to meditate, go into deep meditation, all this amazing, people's psychic senses open up further, you know, come back and let me know. But basically it's, you know, it can feel like a bit of a dream. And so I've obviously fallen into a very deep shamanic journey, but it's just funny because I always go to where I guide people as like a tree on a bench. So I just imagine myself sitting on the bench talking to my twin flame. So there's definitely something in this here that And again, I do feel it was, yeah, it's for everyone that's going to resonate with this, that are at this kind of bit. It's about, you have to do that, because you might not logically know what is going on with your twin, but you'll be able to feel it. And a lot of the time it can be, oh, the word simple. A lot of the time it can be it can be, don't get me wrong, it can be things that are really complicated, but it can also be simple things as well, which aren't so simple. Like basically, well, I'm wearing a jammy top that says "You've got this." It's just got "You've got this" written all the way down it. So, encouragement, basically. Because if in the past your twin hasn't been so forthcoming, or they've run from the connection, it makes sense that they need encouragement. And that's why I'm saying it was synchronistic with Charlotte saying something about the inner child, because that's always how I feel it. When I do it for other people, I always feel like I'm connecting people's inner child, like what I say all the time. Because that's where I feel the deepest part of you and your twin flames connection is your inner child. But I felt that for my own one there as well, like my own connection. Like I feel like it's my inner child and his inner child meeting up. And I got drawn to a little thing in my room. In fact, I'll show you it, because other people might connect with this. It's a little necklace that I got, right? I don't know where I found it, but I don't know where the chain is. It broke. But look, this has been pinned to notice boards over the years, and now it's like stuck to my mirror. Put it back. And because it just reminds me of that's the innocence of the connection. Oh, fuck's sake, it doesn't want to go back on the mirror. Maybe it wants to be a part of the thumbnail. There we go. Right. Let's read the rest of this so I can get back to this film. The coffee's fucking really big, like, I won't name the names of the companies, because, you know what I mean, it was like, I think it was because I fancied the cake from there. Anyway, but it's huge. Right. Where did I get to? You have been granted entry into sacred space, a mirab, a sanctuary for worship. Yeah, so I suppose there's probably, everyone needs to be doing some connecting to their twin in the higher dimensions, and particularly their inner child. And your inner child. Connect with your inner child, and then connect with your twin's inner child. When the soul is well acquainted with love, life becomes a temple of love, the sacred space in which the soul can grow powerful through expansive worship of love. You're being invited by your spiritual brother, Rumi, to enter into life, to commit to coming alive, even if at times it feels deeply challenging. Sometimes a part of you may rather stay locked in an illusion of security for a time, perhaps expressed through the preference of what is known over what is unknown. 100%. That is for all twins. Even me, you know, like, I've definitely been there. I know I don't talk like it now, but that's because I'm not meant to, because I'm a teacher of this, and if I genuinely was feeling in a not good place, I would share that, and I have. But I'm more up for it than I am afraid now, you know, like, and at one point I would have been like, oh, I've not got my shit together, or I'm this or I'm that, and I don't feel ready. And it's quite, and again, like I say all the time, like, I don't feel my best self in all ways. Like, I just unconditionally love where I'm at. Like, again, I'd love to be at least a stone lighter or a couple of stone lighter right now, but at the same time, I also just love myself unconditionally. And well, I just got myself a brownie, so I think I'm that bullet, you know what I mean? And it wasn't, and not in a way of, oh, I'm going to eat because I feel like shit. It was more just kind of like, I really want a wee bit of chocolate because I'm hanging out and it's the weekend and I'm resting. You know what I mean? It's just knowing that I can do something about it, because the fact I put my yoga mat down after I hoovered yesterday and was eyeing up my workout DVD. Do you know what I mean? Like, and this, I feel people really need, a few of my clients really need to hear that, because a lot of people that I work with, especially that are working around stuff to do with weight loss and that, have kind of just fallen by the wayside and kind of not been doing as much as they do. And I was like, yeah, me too. But it's because I know that I can get back to it when I want. So whoever needs to hear that as well. And remember, I can help people with that in my Create Your Vision package, your 4 sessions. We can find out what's subconsciously blocking you. We can do a past life regression to find out what your subconscious says, and then we can tailor make the other 3 sessions around what would help you with what gets uncovered, right? To tussle with the parts of us that would deny aliveness is a natural part of growth. It can seem so risky with such potential for heartache, and yet what could be more heart-wrenching than the slow death of a precious human soul suffocated by fear and inertia? I think that's how you say it. That is the greatest risk of never really and fully being born into this world of wonders. Because again, what they're guiding me to say is, what many twin flames are so afraid of, the ones that ran from the connection more, are that their twin will leave them. And I feel that is what I hear lots of people, the ones that have been awakened to the journey longer, or, you know, kind of had more awareness of it in some sort of way. But like I always say, both twins have awareness of a connection, whether you call it twin flames or not. That's what people find so hard to understand, because it's like, well, again, it's going to be easier to use myself as an example. Again, we cannot talk for our twin 100% when it's not coming from the actual person, but going by all the thousands of people that have helped with this, and just being able to tap into the collective energy of the true twin flames, speaking on behalf of someone that has held space and wanted somebody so deeply and badly for 12 years. And like, you know, a lot of the people around me, a lot of my friends are still around, a lot of friends that aren't in my life anymore, would all say it was longer than that. It was longer than that, and I hadn't consciously accepted it yet. And of course it would be, because if I met him at, you know, as a teenager, and then I didn't realise these deeper feelings till like later in my 20s, then you've known each other many, many lives. So it's why, you know, these are the questions I want to ask him though when I see him, is like, just to find out all the other sort of side of the story. But I do remember when he came over to me that night I met him, being like, holy fucking shit, man, who are you? Like, you know what I mean? Just kind of like he was too good to be true. And definitely because I'd went through what I'd went through previously, and again, not to, you know, I mean, again, I've told the story loads of times, but I was still getting mind fucked really by the guy before, so it was kind of like, nah, there's no way I'm going to be getting sent this amazing guy, like, to have fun with. But do you know what I mean? So it's, anyway, what I'm trying to say is well, he certainly made an impression on me the day I met him, and it never really left. And we don't need to have been a couple for that to have been the fact, like, you know, to kind of take it away from the beloved and the spiritual connection and all of that, you know, twin flames really know. I'm just taking it back down to grounded kind of reality for a minute, that we are just adults now that met as teenagers. We met when we were, I was not going to say we met too young. I mean, we met when we met, and I'm glad we met when we met, but we were too young to be in a committed relationship, me as well as him, with each other, because we felt that deep, those deep feelings were somewhere bubbling underneath for the both of us. Yeah, and it's like, I'm just trying not to lose the bit in the book too, because I'm floating off into Never Never. Like, you'd think it was a Pisces moon or something here, but what I'm trying to say is, it's like, one twin normally is terrified of losing the other, and I was that twin when I was younger, but I actually had lost him, you know what I mean? Like, I had literally lost him, and I just had to accept it. But I also didn't lose hope or faith that he would return to me when he was ready. And I just sat with that pain for many years until it eased off. But the wanting him has never left me, and it never will leave me. But I've come to peace with it now, you know what I mean? And that's why I'm sharing so honestly and vulnerably and stuff, because I actually feel like I'm going to start crying, but it's like, I feel like I'm just tapping into the emotion of everyone that's still at this bit. Whether it's where my twins are or whether it's a lot of where yous are at, it's like, I know some people could go down the route of, well, now they know how I feel, but I mean, that's not how my mind operates. Even with the people that have betrayed me, like, that have been in my life that are, you know, that maybe some don't regret their actions, maybe some do. Like, again, like I always say, I want people to be happy. It doesn't mean I want them back in my life, but he's somebody that I definitely want back in my life, and the door will always be open. And I'm going to stop, and I'm not going to stop saying that, because I feel that I'm saying that on behalf of all true divine feminines, because I feel the masculines really need a lot more people sticking up for them, standing up for them, fighting for them. And that's what gives them the strength to stand up and fight for themselves. And like I say, when I say masculine, that is women as well, not just men, whatever you identify as. And yeah, like I say, it just, well, it's annoying, isn't it? Like, it's annoying if people's twins are out there thinking, I'm not going to go there because they'll just get fed up of me and leave me anyway. It's like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And if anything, you know, like, it would be more understandable the other way, wouldn't it? That it's like, if someone's left once before, why wouldn't they leave again? But call me crazy, but I truly don't believe that my twin will leave when he turns up. I feel he'll be here to stay, because I feel he'll have done the work. And yeah, it's scary going into the unknown, but, and that's why I even said the other day, that was quite bold, wasn't it? I even said the other day, he'd be better not coming until he's ready to hear me telling him every day a lot that I love him, because I'm not going to be able to hold that in. So if that's too overwhelming, then he has to be able to handle it. But I know that he's going to be telling me the same thing, so I ain't worried. I don't know where that's from. It feels like Catherine Tay or something. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. Anyway, right. So whatever anybody needed to hear from that wee thing. That is the death of a precious human soul, suffocated by fear and inertia. I read that bit. That is the greatest risk of never really and fully being born into this world of wonders. So Rumi is your midwife, there to ensure full spiritual birth. He's standing at the threshold with you now. You're being asked to cross this threshold from the life that you've been living into aliveness that is flickering and glowing at your feet. It is love's wild, hot embers at your sacred feet. They will erupt at any moment into a holy inferno, taking hold of you, igniting you from within, transforming you into living fire. To come alive requires shedding of so much adherence to the fear of death. The great brother whispers wisdom in your heart. You have heard it, felt it already. The fear of death is so much more terrible than death itself. And remember, it's the death of the ego that's happening. Nothing is dying in you but fear, so the heart can live more freely. Death and life are twin angels. Twin angels. Look, that would be quite classy, wouldn't it? Is that the right word? Oh, my hand's sore from me to be holding the phone. Now we need to put it here, thumbnail wise, you know what I mean? Not that I'm a perfectionist or anything. Does it highlight it? Twin angels. Right. Dancing together in communion with the sacred. They are not opposed, they bring the soul aliveness and make the garden of delights possible. See, they're not opposed. That's what we need to come away from, thinking that we're against one another. So there's people talking quite loud outside. They bring, but again, remember, I am very clairaudient. It's crazy how clairaudient I am, because I'm on the 4th floor, but I can hear them really loudly. They bring the seasons of the soul. Wait a minute, that is quite loud. I'm putting the phone down. One girl's hen. Do you want to shut the fuck up? I'm trying to do a video. Well, because it's two wifeys fucking shouting over the road at each other. God. I wondered why they were talking so loud. I thought, it can't just be people walking past in the street. Right, anyways. Oh shit, I've lost the pen. Right. Sorry to keep putting the phone down on the bed. I mean, I've done that when the Amazon man came and now I'm doing it again. Anyway. Right. We're just all a bit relaxed round here, but that's fine. What I find is people either find comfort in that or they'll find annoyance. But people that find annoyance, like, see you later, because that's me. It's never an edited, polished video. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe one day, but I doubt it. They bring the seasons of the soul that foster growth and take the appearance of dying away, which is actually part of the cycle of life, again and again and again. You've been through much death, dear one, around you and within you. You have known this dark angel, because it feels like this is talking to people that are in their dark night of soul or coming out of it. That is why you're so full of life. Your attempts to stay as you have been to render something in your life immobile or impervious to change have failed. Yeah, because you're not the same person anymore. Let us celebrate. There is no delight in frozen moments long since past. Why try to feast upon such food? It will not nourish you anywhere near as deeply and fully as fresh from the oven of the morsels of life. Come, let us taste all that is on offer. We'll drink headily and sate in our deepest thirst. Let us enjoy the richness of the meal and gratitude for its preparation and awe at the skill involved of such masterful creation. And to me, that's talking about twin flame separation and how it builds your character and who you are today, both twins. Do not let the memory of death starve you of your participation in life. Do you hold on still to that which is past? I will soothe you with a loving touch upon your back, and yet gently I will turn your head to the right and urge you to see the rising sun. What I will say is, when I done that journey, there was quite a huge emphasis on the sun. And then on my Spotify, that song about the sun is rising came on, and then this is talking about rising sun, so there might be some other synchronicity. Now, the huge synchronicity for that would be that the sun is divine masculine energy. But also I work with Apollo, god of the sun, as one of my guides. Your life is blessed, you see. I want you to know this now. I want you to accept this now. Let those horrors of past be gone. This is about the people that are stopping themselves from going towards their twins, from all the fears of people in their past. Like, you have to let that go. Because your twin isn't going to hurt you like other people are going to hurt you. You're going to look after them and they're going to look after you. When that time comes, I know lots of people that I work with aren't at that bit yet. I know lots of people that are already in it. They're with their twin and they're going through it. And like I say, I know people that are married and they're going through the same process. So wherever you're at. They are no more than phantoms. The garden is here now to be touched, tasted, seen, heard, felt, inhaled and loved. And that's about making the dream real now. The people that keep their twin a fantasy but they can actually have them as a reality, it's time to go into the unknown. This oracle comes to you with a message. A new day is dawning for you. This is a time when the past will very soon cease to have any hold over you. Celebration is imminent. Oh, maybe I should title it that, because Celebration Cool in the Gang did come on my Spotify too. You're invited into the golden light of divine plenty. It sounds a little bit like the Lion's Gate portal that's coming tomorrow as I'm filming this. Put your worries behind you now and step into your divine inheritance where all is sorted according to kindness and grace. Here's the sacred honouring ritual. If you'd like to say aloud or listen to these words, I accept the gift of a golden grace and healing now to leave behind all prisons and tombs, conscious and unconscious, of heart and of mind. I open up to life and assistance through unconditional love and being present to the miraculous beauty that seeks to live through me, as me and in benefit to all of humanity now. I know myself to be worthy of this grace, to be this grace. So be it. Place your hands gently on your heart and rest for however long feels good. When you are finished, you have completed your ritual. And I love that, because this is definitely, I mean, I'm always like, right, why did I have to go so deeply into whatever I was saying? Because again, I'll need to watch it back because I was floating off staring out the window and stuff. But I do get it. It's about where some twins are not coming forward because they either don't feel good enough, or they're confused as to why you want them, or they might be saying to themselves, oh, they might think they want me now, but when I actually turn up in reality, they're not going to want me, so I'm just not even going to go need it. It's all just excuses. Like, it's all just excuses, and it's because it's scary. But to borrow that line out of that other film, it's, no, that doesn't really fit. Can't fucking remember it anyway. But yeah, it's basically kind of like, would you rather go near what's scary to find out what's on the other side of it, which is going to be really pretty amazing and exciting and passionate and fun and playful, because that's what the inner child likes to do, play. And then of course the adult bit is the passionate, and well, we know what happens there. Or would you rather live a lifetime of regret, wondering, I wonder what would have happened if I'd entered the Garden of Delights, where your twin flame was. Maybe some of you might want to go on a wee shamanic journey to visit your twin. I have done things like that on some of the long lives, but I might actually do a short one, so that I'm going to be doing a short meditation anyway, a daily sort of clearing, because it's coming up for people that would be helpful. But I'll maybe do like a short journey. I'll put on the to-do list to do soon. But I mean, that's actually what the Lionsgate portal, what I'll be doing tomorrow, is we'll be going on a journey to talk to your twin's higher self. Oh yeah, so I see probably why they've made me say that. So of course, if you want to do that on a very potent, powerful day, the 8th of the 8th, the Lionsgate portal, then make sure you're at that Zoom tomorrow, because I don't often get the finger out to do a public offering like that. So take the chance while I'm doing it. Otherwise, obviously, I will have my paid platform coming up, but that is arguably the most powerful day to manifest anything of the year. So just saying. So I don't know what's going to come through either. I just channel in the moment, but you can see the reviews from the other times people have manifested large amounts of money. It's really shifted them forward in their business, their happiness. Things have happened with twin flames, like you name it. So if you hear the call, come and join us. And if money's an issue, if I know you well, just get in touch. And if, you know, as long as it's kind of like, you know, not giving me it back ages and ages later, like, you know, we've got to be within reason, because it isn't that much. But it also might give you the option to pay it in 3 bits. I doubt it, because it's, but I don't know. Go through the PayPal checkout and it might. But other than that, you can just email me and ask. But yeah, if for any reason you want to do it and you're not getting paid or something till next week, then that's all right and stuff, as long as I know you. Yeah, but I think that's it. So please like, comment, subscribe. And I'm just sending lots of love out to everyone there, whether you are divine feminine or divine masculine. And especially sending love out to the people that need it, wherever you're at. Right, send you lots of love. Enjoy your Sagittarius moon. It's a playful, fun energy. Do something fun.